Joining us today is Brian Combs. Brian is a BIRT expert and a sales engineer for Actuate's SME Group. He has been in the software industry for over 18 years and brings tremendous experience and insights to the field of business analytics. So now for opening remarks and introductions, I'm happy to turn the program over to Mr. Brian Combs. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Good day, everybody, and welcome to Actuate's Deploy BIRT Insights to Mobile Devices in Minutes. Today we're going to demonstrate how easy it is to enable your reports for mobile viewing using our free BIRT mobile application. So we'd like to take a little bit of a look at the old way on how reports and things were delivered. And if you can see the old way, the personalization might have had your name on there. It was very static and usually was platform dependent. The new way, which is the Actuate way, we allow you to personalize the information and analytics to any device. So we can go on different mobile devices and platforms, different browsers across all different platforms, and we allow you to access the information from any device, any location at any time. So we make it very simple and easy for users to get the data that they need. And this allows them to quickly make their business decisions accurately and on the fly based on the underlying data. No guessing is needed. So if we look a little bit more about Actuate's enterprise solutions, we can see that with BIRT you can develop intuitive and visually engaging self-service reports that allow you to gain unique insights into your business. The BIRT technology provides security for your users and devices, and we can also take the security all the way down to the row or column level of your data, thereby making sure that people that see the data are the right ones and are supposed to see it, and folks that don't need access to it don't get it. We also have the ability to scale. Whether you need it for 100 internal users or hundreds of thousands of external customers, we can scale to meet your business needs. If we take a look at our customers, you can see that our customers span across all different industry verticals. We have a lot of folks out there relying upon Actuate for their business intelligence and analytical needs. And a couple of the reasons why customers like us is the functionality and ease of use for end users. We put a lot of power in the hands of the end user to be able to personalize the dashboards and reporting for their own needs, to be able to quickly answer business questions and make fast business decisions. The other thing that they tell us is the ease of use for application integration for development. So the developers are able to quickly create reports, integrate our iHub technology into their websites, so they're very fast at turning out the reports and the business intelligence data that they need to their end users. So what's happening is our customers are saving time and money using BIRT to help them gain insight into their business. So today we're going to do a quick little role play. We're going to have a company called SF Communications, and they want to empower their team by allowing them to access their operational data. This team is located throughout the country. Lots of different locations that need access to this data. And they want the folks to be able to quickly understand what's happening each day so they can take corrective action. They want interactive charts and detailed drill downs are a requirement, and they need the same report needs to be available for both browser-based users and mobile-based users. And they want these reports to be accessed anywhere from any time. And of course, the VP wants this done today. So can we get something out today, because he wants these folks on the road and that can quickly understand their operational data. So today, I'm going to play the role of a developer that creates the reports and shows the operational data that they need to analyze their business. So high level of our demo today is we're going to create a single report for both web-based and mobile users. We're going to combine two different data sources together to create a data set, one from a MySQL and one from a SQL. We'll use HTML5 charts because those can go cross-platform and we don't have to make any changes to show them on an iPad or on a desktop computer. And we want to have some drill-down capability from those charts, so when we see the high level, we can drill down and in and understand what's actually happening in the business. Then we're also going to take this information after we've developed it, and we're going to deploy it after our iHub server. And that's where we'll quickly enable that same report that we use for the browser-based viewing to be able to be viewed on a mobile device by quickly subscribing that report to the mobile area. and then we'll quickly do another demo of advanced custom mobile apps with BIRT. So I'd like to get started on showing you how all this works today. So we'll quickly switch into our live demo here. So we've switched over into our development tool, BIRT Designer Pro. And this is where we're going to spend a little bit of time developing our report. And we're just going to develop one report, and it'll be usable for both our browser-based clients and our mobile clients. So we talked about our different data sources. So here we have two different connections, one to a MySQL and one to a SQL server. So we can quickly connect to our MySQL server, test the connections, put in our profile strings, do whatever we need to do, and we've done the same for our SQL server. Then we quickly created two different data sets, one for the plan summary information and the other for the user information. So plan summary is out of the MySQL and the user information is out of SQL. Well, I need to use those together. So very quickly and easily, I created a combined data set. It's very simple and easy to do inside our BIRT Designer Professional. And we just quickly drag and drop the two different data sets that I have from different data sources, and I just go in and say how I'd like to join this. I can choose a lot of different ways, inner, full, outer, left, right, side by side. I have all the classic joins there. And I just quickly go ahead and grab the two different fields that are identical like I would join any other data set. So once I've done that, I can go in and look at my output columns. I can test with these and make sure that all the names are correct. For display names, I can add the display names to give them a very end-user friendly name there. I can create computed columns. I can do a lot of different things, but here we'll quickly just preview the results and make sure I have all the data that I need to build my report here. So, yep, everything's there. So now I'm ready to get going here. I've got my data already. And so what I want to quickly do is create a chart that shows some of my wireless user data. So I will just go in, I'm going to grab a chart and drop it on. We can see the output format for this is HTML5. Makes it very simple to move across different browsers and different platforms. So now I just need to go in and I'm going to set a theme so my chart looks good and matches our correct design that we need for our company. Because our company has design criteria, it's very easy to configure and set that up using the library so we can make sure that we have that same standardized look and feel. So here we'll go, we'll select some data for this, and we're just going to use the data from our combined data source. So here's the chart that we really want to do. We didn't change our chart type. I want to change my chart type to a line chart because I want to do a histogram chart here, so it's very easy to do. I just changed the chart type. And now we'll add in our data here. And I know that for my X series of data, I'm going to want the period date. So I can drag and drop that in. And that's a date time field. So I have my choice of how I'd like to group that. And we recognize the date time field has groupings right out of the box. So here we can select whatever we like to do. We can do by seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, whatever we like. In this case, I'm going to choose month. And we'll say OK there. And then the next one I want to do is I want to go ahead and check for my phone usage here. So I could do total bill, but in this case, I'm more worried about the overages because I'm trying to get a handle on how much overage we have on our telephone usage here so I can aim to cut my costs. So I'll grab in total overages, and now I want to do a little bit of grouping on that. So what I'd like to do is group by department. So I'll just quickly drag department up. And now I've set everything up here, and I can say apply, everything's done, and we can say finish, and I have my chart. But it's a little small, so we'll quickly just drag this out and make it a little bit bigger so it will match very nicely into my report. And so now I've got my chart made up, and everything looks good, but I remembered one other thing that I get to do with HTML5. I can actually go into these series here, and I can allow zooming. This allows me to quickly take my mouse or my finger on a mobile device and zoom into that chart for quickly viewing if I have a lot of data. So we'll say finish here, and now I'd like to quickly test this. So very simple. Inside our designer, I can just say view report, and it'll bring it up, and we'll quickly switch over to the browser, and we'll view our report. And here's our graph, HTML5, so I can quickly go in and remove series, add those back in, and I can take my mouse and zoom into specific areas if I want to go in and look at the more detailed, closer information on that chart. Well, that's working great, and everything's fine, but I just remembered I have a detailed report. What I'd like to be able to do is quickly drill down from this high-level report into my detailed report. So I'm going to go back to my designer, and I'm going to go back into my chart, and what I want to do is go to my Y series, and I'm going to grab interactivity, and you can see we have different events that we can write code to add customizations to your chart. And in this case, I want mouse click, and the action is going to be hyperlink, and I'm just going to say add. We'll quickly give it a name and say edit base URL. In this case, I could use a URI. I could put in the URL whatever I wanted, and I could add parameters to the end of that, grabbing from the data I'm currently on the chart. But what I'd like to do is do a drill through to a report that I have. So I choose drill through, and in this case, I can quickly grab a report. So when I click, I want to go start up another report. So I'll quickly go grab that report, and that's my call detailed report. So I know that report has two parameters, so it's very easy to add these parameters in and pass the data for where I'm currently at to that report, so I'll only show the data I want to see. So we're going to add the first parameter, and it's looking for department. So here, I'm just going to go in and quickly grab it. In this case, I'm just grabbing the department, but I could easily write very complex JavaScript code here if I needed to. So we've quickly grabbed our row department and passing that in. We'll say OK, and now I want to add a second parameter. This parameter is a month, date, time, so we'll go in, and we just want to grab our period ID, which will have the date, time field that we need. So now we've got that. Say OK, OK. And just like that, we've added drill down capabilities into our chart. So now as a developer, I'd quickly like to test that. So very easy to test right inside the browser. So we'll quickly switch over to that. And here's our report. And here's our report all done. And so here we can quickly do the same things we did before. We see everything works. But now I have that drill down capability. So if I click on sales, I can drill into the detailed report. And here's my detailed report coming up, showing me a lot of useful information about my calls. And because it's HTML5, I can see here's my call overages. But if I just want to see, what my regular minutes or national charges are, I can quickly do that by just removing the total overages and take a look at that. So very easy for me to understand the data. We have multiple pages here, so I can easily go into the other pages and take a look at the individual call information by user. So very fast, very easy. Just like that, I've created my two reports that I need. So now I'm ready to go back to my designer and actually publish those. So it's very quick and easy to publish these right up onto our iHub server by just a couple clicks. So here I'll just select the report and say publish to iServer. Just like that, I get to go in and I select the reports I want to do, my one report and my call details. I select where I'd like it to go and say publish files. Just like that, I've published them up to my iServer so I can actually utilize those now. So very quick and easy, I was able to do that. So now I'm going to switch over to our iServer so we can take a look at what happens up on our iHub technology for publishing these reports. So I'm going to log in. And now here I'm logged in, and I have a mobile directory from my mobile where my reports are going to go. And I want to test them as a browser user. So this is just for your normal end user that's running in a browser on the desktop. And I'm just going to quickly run the report. And we'll see that it comes up. Everything works just like it did when I was in the designer tool. I can move different settings off and on. And I also can drill down, just like that. It all is working very simply, very easy for me. So now I know it works for my browser users. They can go in, they can see things, they can move through the pages, they can set things on and off. So very, very quick and easy for them to do that. So what I'd like to do now is quickly go in and say, okay, here we go. I want to make this available for my mobile guy. So I'm not making any changes to the report. This is the report I've just developed. I just go into mobile subscriptions and say add. I'll quickly browse to the report, select that, and give it a name. And just say subscribe. Just like that, I've taken that report I've created and enabled it into my mobile subscription area. So now I'm just about ready to switch over to my iPad and test that and verify that's going to work. So we've got my report all ready, got the iPad ready, so now we're going to do a quick switch over to our iPad here. And so we're going to go into my iPad and we're going to bring up our Actuate mobile application. This is a free download. Doesn't cost you anything. You just go to the App Store and download the mobile application viewer from Actuate. And here I want to quickly double check my profile list. So I'm going to go in and say OK, take a quick look, make sure everything's OK. And now, as it is, I will go to subscriptions. Shows me the two different reports I have available, the same ones that we saw on the iHub with that when I set it up. And let's go to our mobile call summary and just run that in on our iPad here. So we can see, here it is, the same chart. And I can use gestures on this, so I can take my finger and I can quickly remove different ones. So training's gone, support is gone, I show the two I need here. So quickly add them back in. And if I take my finger, here I have two lines very close together at the bottom, one for support and training. I can take my finger, do a gesture to zoom in on those to get a little better idea of the differences there, because now I just zoomed in and I can actually see that there is some difference. There isn't a pure overlap there. Very easy to do. But now I'd like to look at the call information. So you saw when I set up the subscription, I didn't bring in the second detailed report. We get that for free. It's just smart enough to know what to do. So if I click on that, instead of zooming in, we go right to the detailed report. And so very, very easy to do with just finger gestures and holding my finger on it. I go into the detailed report. I didn't need to set that up. We just gave it to you for extra, brought it right on in. And I can do the same thing here that the browser folks did. So just with gestures of my finger, I can quickly add and remove categories. I can zoom in. I have all of that. But instead of paging through, very easily, makes it easier on my mobile device, I can just go to table of contents. And now I can quickly see all my different users. And if I want to look at Mary, I can quickly just tap her, and I can see her call information just like that on the screen. Very easy for me to move around and understand and compare and contrast my different users and how they're using the telephones and the cost structures of each of those users so I can make good business decisions. Very simple, very easy to use. All of this without me doing anything special to that report. I just created it, published it, put it in for my browser, and away it went. So let's take a look at the other report that we had there. So we'll go back to subscriptions, and let's take a look at the stock ticker. This one shows a couple other different features that you can do inside your mobile report. This one we're showing is stock value for BIRT, And we have some HTML buttons that quickly make it so I can do some filtering. I still have all the finger gesturing, so I can zoom in, zoom out. But here, what if I wanted to look at 2 weeks worth of data to understand what's happening with this stock? I can very easily do that. So I have the different buttons that I can click at to zoom around, HTML buttons to quickly filter. But now what happens if I'm interested in a different stock? I can quickly go into my selector here, and I can type in another value. So what happens if I want to look at IBM stock? I can do that. So I can just say submit, and just like that, we'll run out to the web and grab the data for IBM. This is using actual real live web data, and we can actually see all the information about the different stock. And there's even for yesterday, the 25th, the closing information for the 25th. So we can see that we're grabbing live data. If I wanted to look what did it do the last 2 weeks, very simple. I can quickly take a look at that. So if you think about this as a sales application for your sales folks, right before they walk into the customer, they can pull that customer data up, take a look at that, and walk into the customer with that live data, up to the minute data, to make that sales call with that customer and help them work on the deals and close the deals because they have the latest, greatest information for that customer. So very easy and powerful to use. All of this done without any special programming out of the box. So now what I'd like to do is quickly jump into a different type of application, because these we're actually using are a free mobile application. And now what I'd like to do is we have a lot of customers that develop their own mobile applications. Well, if you do, you can actually incorporate our BIRT iHub technology right into that. So I'm going to run this little sample, and this was created. This is a custom application, and we used open source jQuery mobile framework to help develop this. No Xcode was needed or used in this. It's just our iHub technology and then seen with some jQuery mobile framework work. So we'll quickly take a look at a simple report called My Portfolio. And this might be information that I want to view on the go about my financial information. I can quickly zoom in with gesture bases on that. I can drill down in off of my asset allocation chart. So I can quickly check on that and see what's going on, and I drill in. So very easy for me to say what happens if, what does it look like without the public equity? I can do that, drill in, take a look. Very simple for me to use gesture-based information to take a look around and understand what's actually happening in my portfolio. So I can do all that quick and easy. So let's go back and take a look at another style of application. This is my credit charges. This is helping me understand where I'm spending my money at. And we can see I pull it in, and as it loads up, we can see I have a chart showing me quick information about how I'm spending my money. I can quickly move that on and off. I can zoom in to see, where I'm spending most of my money at on different days. And if I look, it's 149 pages. Well, what if I don't want to deal with all of that? What if I'd like to see a little bit less, such as my top 10? Well, here I can just use voice to do that. So I'll quickly go in. BIRT, show me top 10. And let me get my mic working here. BIRT, show me top 10. And there we go. Just turn the mic on so I can talk to it, and we see that it just filtered out the top 10. Very quick, easy to do, and I still have all the gesturing and touching here. But now what if I want to see now the graphs of how I'm spending my money? What if I want to see geographically where I'm spending my money at? I can do that also. BIRT, show map. And as it thinks, we'll quickly pull up the map for us. And just like that, with a voice command, I'm able to go into a Google map. And this is a live Google map. I can take my hands, I can zoom in, zoom out, Very easy to move around and understand where I'm spending my money at. So I can see this. I can quickly switch to satellite view if I so desire. So we can see it's a live map right here on my iPad that's helping me understand the data as I look at it of where I spent it. So that's very simple and easy to do. And like I said, we integrated the Google Maps into this. It's live. This was a custom-made application. Used jQuery. No Xcode was used. So very simple. If you have your own mobile applications to incorporate our iHub BIRT technology into it, or very quick deployment of your reports and dashboards that you've already developed, you can use our free mobile application. So we can see in just around half an hour, we quickly developed the report from 2 different data sources, published it out to our iHub, verified that it worked with our normal browser users, subscribed it for our mobile application viewers, and quickly were able to see that with our free mobile viewer, we could actually view and run that report on the iHub and take it with us. We then demonstrated how, if you have custom mobile applications, how you can integrate our BIRT iHub technology right inside your mobile application for ease of use and moving around. So very fast, very quick that we can get these up and running. Don't need to create second-level reports, one for the browser, one for your mobile folks. Very easy to do. So at this time, what we do is like to invite you, if you'd like to learn more about it or look at previous webinars that we've have up there on demand, go to our BIRTOnDemand.com, BOD/events. We'd also like to invite you to try our technology and see how well it works. You can download BIRT Designer Pro Trial, and you can also get our BIRT On-Demand iHub technology running in the cloud trial. And between the 2 of those, one, you can develop them, then you can publish them out there, and you can actually test how easy it is to use reports on a mobile device yourself. So we invite you to try those. So what we'd like to do now is open it up to see if there's any questions.
Thank you so much. And once again, I would like to remind our audience that if you'd like to submit a web question, you can do so simply by clicking on the Q&A link at the top of your screen. A box will appear on the screen in front of you. Simply type in your question and then click on the Ask button. Again, any web questions that are not addressed within our available time frame will be answered by way of a post-conference email. So at this time, I'd like to turn the call back over to Brian to see if we've received any web questions.
Sure. Can I embed BIRT content? And the answer is yes, very easily. We have an open API, the Actuate JavaScript API that embeds right into your web pages. This makes it very easy to integrate our reports and dashboards within your own website or mobile application. In fact, the second one that we showed with the voice activation, the map, and the top 10 there where we used the voice, that was an example of using our Actuate JavaScript API to incorporate, to embed our content right inside that application. So very easy to do. So we're looking here. It looks like second question is, what deployment options do I have for mobile? And so once you deploy out, our iHub technology can be run either on-premise in your data center or in the cloud with our BIRT On-Demand SaaS offering. And so that makes it very simple for you to choose where you'd like to run this, on the cloud or on your own premise, your choice, but either work the same. The technology is the same on both of them because they both use our underlying iHub technology. So hopefully that answers that question. And we have another one just came in. Does this work with open source? The answer is no. This is part of our commercial offering. Open source does not have this capability out of the box to do any of this. This is something we provide with our commercial offering. So besides just the ability to do mobile out of the box, we provide security in a high scalability environment. So those are a couple different areas that we work that you get when you go to our commercial product over open source. So here's another one just came in. What type of charts do you support? We support a very wide range: bar, line, area, pie, meter, scatter charts, stock charts, bubble charts, Gantt charts, pyramid, radar, cone, tube, among others. And so very, very easy to get the type of chart you want. We also incorporate directly with Google Maps. So we have a library for that. So if you need mapping inside your application, you can actually add Google Maps very quickly and easily, and you saw an example of that today. So it looks like that's it. There's no more questions. So again, I'd like to thank everybody for coming. And please go out and try our BIRT Designer Pro for developing your reports, and then our BIRT onDemand for publishing them and seeing how well they work on your different mobile devices. Thanks again, everybody, for coming.
Thank you so much, Brian. Everyone, this does conclude today's Deploy BIRT Insights to Mobile Devices in Minutes web seminar hosted by Actuate. Thank you again, everyone, for attending, and have a wonderful day.